Hello, my name is Martin Chuck, and I've been teaching golf for over 30 years. And every once in a while, a product comes along with revolutionary results, and I want to introduce you to the PowerPlane. You see, every great swing has centeredness about the upper body and head. And with the PowerPlane, you can have certainty when you practice that for centered strikes every time. Let me show you how you're going to get the most out of your PowerPlane. As you see, it fits easily in the side of your golf bag. Rather than use an aim stick, let's use the PowerPlane and its ultrasonic sensor to help you understand the motion of your upper body and how to counterbalance your best swings. Let's get started. The first thing you're going to do is open your PowerPlane. That will turn it on and remove the sonic sensor that's encased within the unit. Now, I like to use it as an aiming device. I set it down on my ideal target line and I'm ready to go, and let me show you how to connect the sensor. It's super easy. With this hat band magnet provided, you're going to insert this within your hat band on the lead side of your swing. So I'm a right-handed golfer. I'm going to insert this magnet on the left side of my hat, on my hat band. Just fits in there nice and easy. And then go ahead and you are ready to go. Now you'll want to power on your ultrasonic sensor. There's one little indicator on there that lets you know that it is on. And then go ahead and find that magnet, and you're going to aim it down slightly, and you are ready to practice and have your best feedback on how your upper center, your head and your upper body work to better have centered strikes when you hit your best shots. Using your PowerPlane couldn't be easier. It comes with 4 specific modes. The first mode is swing mode. Swing mode gives you a little bit of latitude left and right before it lets you know with either an auditory tone or a visible light that'll help you identify if your swing center is moving around too much. Because the golf ball sits there, we know it just sits there and asks to be hit. Well, if we have our body moving too much, it's like we're trying to hit a moving golf ball. We want a very centered, powerful swing moving around a nice, peaceful center, and this tool helps you develop that skill faster than anything I've ever seen. So let's get started. So I've got it on the first setting, swing mode. When the green light is on, it means look away for a count of 2 seconds. And then when you come back to hit a shot, it builds the planes around you. And it gives you a little bit of latitude. And there I go. I've set the mode because I've moved too much off the ball. I hear that tone and I also see that red light. So when I hit this shot, I want to be very, very conscious of learning how to move myself in 3-dimensional space without setting off the PowerPlane. And in a few swings, you're going to develop that feeling. Now, when you get good at swing mode, and that's going to happen in a short period of time, I want you to challenge yourself. I want you to go to the second mode. Reach down, hit the mode button, click it to the second light. When you see 2 blue LEDs, now things get a little bit more challenging. It doesn't quite give you the latitude to move to the right for the right-handed golfer. Naturally, for lefties, it works for lefties as well. So when you set in, you're going to look away for a 2 count. The machine knows that you're about to hit a shot. It calibrates the planes around you. Now this time, it doesn't give you as much room off the ball to your right. You can hear that tone. And obviously, when I'm looking down at the PowerPlane, I can also see the visual feedback as well. So you got to be very, very mindful of that. I'm set up. I want to learn how to move my body dynamically through space with a very, very peaceful center. And I set off that machine right there. So that's awesome. There's a very, very tight tolerance. Let's do it again. What great feedback. We're going to set a golf ball in place, look away for a 2 count, come back to the ball, let the planes get built. This is measuring my motion away from the target and toward the target. Because if I get too much forward motion, I set off the PowerPlane as well. So as I'm set in here, I'm ready to go. That was much better. Did not set off the PowerPlane. The ultrasonic sensor told me that I didn't break the plane left or right. That's a great goal in practice. Now, an amazing feature built into the PowerPlane. It's listening for impact because it wants you to go ahead and arrive, rotated and relocated on a lead side. It's not telling you to keep your head down for an extended period of time after the strike because that's not an athletic motion. At the strike, it hears the sound of impact. It releases the front plane allowing you to rotate and relocate and finish in balance. A really thoughtful element built into the PowerPlane. Let's go on to the next two modes, which focus a ton on short game. Let's face it, driving the golf ball and hitting crisp iron shots is fantastic. Now, those tricky little in-between shots, those 30 to 60 yard shots, the real scoring shots in golf, with the PowerPlane, the whole goal of the unit is to really make you aware of the centeredness of your dynamic motion. Well, on these short shots, it's so critical to move your center in an organized fashion so you can have great low point control. And low point control is how your club engages the ball in the turf. You know you don't want to be behind the golf ball, and you don't want to be too late either. Well, in mode 3, it's going to really help you understand that and enhance your awareness. So we've got to click to mode 3. Let's get set up to a golf ball. And the machine's asking me to look away for 2 seconds at the target. And as I look away and I come back to it, the plane's going to be built. Okay, it's ready to go. Now, any behavior away from the target at all, I get the visual and auditory feedback. So I'm in place. Let's hit a little pitch shot. And that was a real crisp little shot, 20, 25 yard pitch shot that's got that green stopping spin on it. Now again, if you have this behavior, and so many people that come to my golf school on these pitch shots have this wandering center, I call it. Their upper body and their chest moves away from the target, and then they wonder why they can't hit that tour-style spinning pitch shot. Well, with your PowerPlane, you're going to know right away. You might light this machine up for the first 20, 30 minutes, but in no time at all, you're going to get it, and you're going to understand how to move in that three-dimensional motion crisply with some speed, and really hit those and attack those wedge shots. Now, you've all heard that you drive for show and you putt for dough. Well, let's face it, to be a great player, you have to do a little bit of both really well. And with the PowerPlane, they haven't forgot about putting. On mode 4, the putting mode, it sends up an ultrasonic plane up the lead side of the golfer, in my case, my left side, and really gives you that feedback if you have any motion at all when you're putting, if you're moving your head. So you all know that to sink putts and to have a lot of reliability, you need a steady head when you putt. Well, the PowerPlane's got that figured out. Let's get started. I've got a golf ball in place. I'm going to set up to it. The PowerPlane's asking me to look away for 2 seconds. I'm going to look away. When I look back down at the PowerPlane, the plane's being built. Now, any motion to my left, I set off the auditory and visual tones right there. It's set again. I want to learn how to stroke that putt before any head motion. And the beautiful thing about the PowerPlane, it's waiting for that sound of contact, then it releases that, because you want to have the moment of striking the putt. I call it respect the strike. Well, it listens for that contact, and then you're welcome to rotate your head and look down the line to see if you started the ball on the right line, because that feedback's critical for your next putt. So Martin Chuck, trying to wrap up here and show you all the beautiful elements of the PowerPlane and how it's going to help you become very aware of how to move the club around you your best. Golf swing is a dynamic motion, but you need that nice constant center so you can have a reliable low point, whether that's with your driver, your chips, or your full shots off the fairway, even down to your putter. So Martin Chuck, for the PowerPlane, it's going to help you play your best golf.